Yo, what's up guys? We got pokeaim here. Today we're doing another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl moveset video guide on how to use both LUMINEON and FROSLASS, another combination of Pokemon that were very highly requested. Of course, if you do enjoy these videos, make sure you let me know by leaving a like down below, and also leave a comment of the next Pokemon or set of Pokemon you'd like to see me cover in the following videos. I know there are a lot of Pokemon down below you guys are leaving, and don't worry, I'm getting through all of them. It's just going to take some time. Now, as I mentioned before, this week is going to be, it's a little bit busy for me, so there's not going to be slides with these guys. I'm going to be using them and showing them off on Showdown. Thank you for understanding. And also, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. On my way to 300k, that is my end of the year goal. I'm uploading 2 or 3 Pokemon videos a day. You got Moveset guides, you got Wi-Fi battles, Showdown lives, talking videos, anything Pokemon related. We got Legends RCs right around the corner. You know, I have a Best Buy affiliate link if you guys want to pick up one of the games as well and support the channel too. But without further ado, let us get into LUMINEON and FROSLASS. So like I said, it's a very busy week, so I don't have time to make the slides, but that does mean that I can actually cover a lot more faster while using Showdown's builder to show you the Pokemon. So LUMINEON, unfortunately, and this says max special attack, max speed, but we're going to talk a little bit about it too. LUMINEON, unfortunately, is kind of like a really bad Pokemon. To put it lightly, right? I'm sorry, to put it lightly. LUMINEON is not the greatest Pokemon. It is pretty cool because it's a water type that has access to both defog and U-turn. However, it does face competition from a better water type that has access to defog and U-turn, and that is from Pelipper, which also has access to Roost for longevity and Drizzle as well for rain. And in terms of a U-turner plus Rain Dance user, it actually faces competition from Fione, which also has recovery with rest plus hydration and rain, so it always wakes up. But nonetheless, LUMINEON is still cool Pokemon for a fish Pokemon, I guess, and I'm going to help you use it. So the first set we have is the Rain Dance support one. Now, I do have max special attack, max speed with a modest nature, because once you set up the rain for you, LUMINEON, you do get double your speed, which is pretty cool. However, LUMINEON doesn't really have the best attack stats, 69 in attack, 69 in special attack, nice. So, I just had to add that there. So it's not really going to be doing too much in terms of damage, but it does support the rest of your team, which is why we are holding a Damp Rock. Damp Rock makes Rain Dance from 5 turns to 8 turns, so it supports the rest of your team. So you want to pair Pokemon like Kabutops, Ludicolo, Kingdra, Rain Swift Swim users, right? Pokemon that like Swift Swim, Rotom with Thunder, Rotom Wash, just things like that that can very much support Rain team in general. So you can run max HP instead of max special attack if you want to do damage, because I mean, again, LUMINEON's not really going to be doing too much damage, but the big thing about it is it can set up Rain Dance and it can U-turn out to its teammates, and it can also use the Rain as well for Rain boosted surfs, doubling in its speed. Now, besides Rain Dance, it also has another way to help out teammates, and that's with Tailwind. Tailwind, if you play VGC or singles, you know that for 4 turns, your speed is doubled. So, Timid, max HP, max speed. I have max HP on this one because there's no rain to actually boost your surf, and LUMINEON already has pretty pathetic special attack and attack investment. There's no real point in trying to maximize your offense with this set. You're better off just supporting your team. So Tailwind, and then you turn out into strong Pokemon like Specs Exploud or Specs Typhlosion, or a banded fighting type like Heracross, or a guts fighting type like Heracross. Just things that will appreciate the double in speed, that already have that raw power to be able to do damage. That's like the main way you're going to want to be using LUMINEON in this regard. You are going to use Storm Drain in this set in particular, and Storm Drain is pretty cool because it means that you actually are immune to water type attacks, and you also get a +1 special attack raise. And you might think, oh well, maybe that makes LUMINEON an actual threat. No, it does not. Okay, I mean, it's great that you get a special attack raise. Honestly, on this one, maybe it's even, on the first set, maybe it's even better to have Storm Drain than that too, but it does not hit hard enough. And unfortunately, water and ice isn't, it's good coverage, but not alone. It's not good coverage alone, right? Like you get walled by water types, which you would be able to U-turn out of. That's like the big thing about LUMINEON. Now, having that 309 speed tier is actually pretty cool because Pokemon that are big threats but are slower than it, like Nidoking, you outspeed, you could 2-hit KO with Surf. The Rain Dance set also, you can knock them out with Surf after it being water boosted. And then lastly, we have a full-on support LUMINEON, and this is physically defensive. The reason this is physically defensive is because in lower tiers, you tend to find Pokemon like Sandslash and Rhydon, even though there's no Violite, but Rhydon because Rhyperior is too much. And you just tend to find, let me actually show you, let's show you right now. This is like one of the benefits of it being on Showdown, right? But you tend to find Pokemon like Aggron and like fire types like Arcanine, and then you know, rock types like Bastion. You basically tend to find Pokemon that you can sort of check. And by sort of check, I mean that you are physically defensive, so you could take, you know, Flare Blitzes from Arcanine. You got to be careful about Bandit Head Smash from Aggron, but you can obviously switch in on Bastion, threaten it with Scalds to burn it, and also defog away hazards. That's the main thing, right? You're going to use this to defog away Stealth Rock or whatever Sand Slash is set up. You can take Earthquakes from it. You 2-hit KO with Scald. Again, look at this, 174. It's not even the best uninvested. Scald is pretty cool, though. It's probably your biggest chance of ever doing damage with Luminion, simply because of the 30% chance to burn the opponent. And then you have U-turn and Ice Beam, and of course you have the leftovers just for the longevity, because unfortunately this Pokemon does not have any reliable recovery outside of that. But outside of that, if you look at Luminion's moveset, it doesn't really have too much that it really wants to run. You don't want to really run a physical set just because you don't have anything to really use with it. You have Aqua Tail and Waterfall, that's it. Facade, so like Ice Punch. Bounce isn't very good on a non-stab flying Pokemon. If it did have stab and it had Dragon Dance like Gyarados, sure, it could work. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But that's basically what you're going to be getting off of Luminion, a support Pokemon for the most part. Now, Frostlass is a really cool one because Frostlass can be both support, it can be lead, it can be choice, and we'll talk about that right now. So the most common Frostlass set is lead Frostlass. This is Focus Sash, and the point of this set is to stop your opponent from getting up hazards, to get up your own hazards, to always survive because of your Focus Sash, and then to Destiny Bond an opponent, try and knock you out because you're usually faster, and knock them out and take them with you. The cool thing about Frostlass is it's a spiker that is a ghost type, so nothing can Rapid Spin on it, right? Unless they go for Foresight, or like the Rapid Spin is like Aerolate or Galvanize or whatever, but I don't even know if anything has that in BDSP currently. So Taunt stops opposing hazards, stops setup. Spike lets you get up hazards. Destiny Bond lets you kill them. Icy Wind is your move here, and some sets can run no Destiny Bond with Shadow Ball if they really want to, and can run Ice Beam as well. So I want to tell you again, I'm going to put it here so you understand what I'm saying. You can put Shadow Ball here if you really want to, if you don't like the mind games that come with Destiny Bond, just because if you didn't know, you can't stack Destiny Bonds. By that I mean you can't click Destiny Bond once, have the opponent outplay it, and then click it again. It will fail always. It will always fail after the first one. So some people don't like that, and they want offensive power, so they go Shadow Ball and Ice Beam. That's completely fine. But Icy Wind's really cool because let's take the example of Crobat. Crobat is a Pokemon that is faster than you, that can taunt you, stop you from getting up hazards. It's bulky enough to live Ice Beams from Frostlass. However, you can slow them down with Icy Wind, allowing you to outspeed them, taunt them yourself, and then get up Spikes or Destiny Bond them. Icy Wind is just really good right before you're about to die as well, because you can slow down whatever your opponent has out. So it just allows Frostlass to do more. Other options as well on this set, Will-O-Wisp is a really good option for burning and crippling Pokemon, and Thunder Wave can do the exact same thing. That's pretty much what Frostlass is going to run on the Sash set. You're going to want to run these on offensive teams that can take advantage of this. Pokemon like Sharpedo appreciates Spikes a lot because it does massive damage and it has speed boost. Tauros is a good one. Nidoking, Nidoqueen are great ones. Just offensive Pokemon. Guts, Flame Orb, Heracross, lower tier. This can work in higher tiers too, but just offensive Pokemon like that, I really appreciate Spikes from Frostlass. So next up we have Choice Specs. Choice Specs is pretty cool because Ice and Ghost and Electric are really, really strong. Now Frostlass doesn't have the best special attack. It actually has the same attack as special attack, and unfortunately we're not going to be talking about a physical set in this just because it doesn't currently have access to neither Poltergeist or Triple Axle, which were actually really good, and Banded Frostlass was a big threat, but unfortunately it doesn't have that right now. But Choice Specs is pretty cool. You have your Ice Beam and Shadow Ball for stabs, Thunderbolt for the bulky waters because there's no freeze dry, and for this Pokemon unfortunately. And lastly is Switcheroo, and Switcheroo is cool because let's take the example of a special wall that can deal with you. Okay, let's just, one that comes to mind, Blissey. Blissey can obviously come in on every single one of your attacks and not care. However, if you trick Blissey, a Choice Specs, you can stop Blissey from actually doing anything, right? You've crippled Blissey because Blissey can no longer recover, status you, soft ball, and seismic toss all whenever it wants to, right? It's going to be forced to be locked into one move, so it helps out different teammates. Now, another thing that I kind of glossed over completely, which was Curse Body, its ability. Curse Body is so cool because there's a 30% chance your opponent gets disabled. This is really nice in combination with Icy Wind and just in general with Frostlass as a spiker, because imagine you're a Choice Scarf Pokemon and you have Flamethrower and like Choice Scarf Typhlosion. Let's just take Typhlosion, right? It goes for Flamethrower or Eruption, whatever, and it gets Curse Body. Now it can no longer hit Frostlass without going for Struggle, which means it will take damage as well. And also, if I went for Icy Wind in that turn, then not only do they take damage, but I can Destiny Bond them as well. So just an interesting thing. But yeah, Specs Frostlass, pretty cool. And then Choice Scarf is also an option as well. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of other options on Choice Scarf too. You see 3 moves here I'll be talking about. I'll be going through the options in a second. But Ice Beam is good because Frostlass is faster than Scarf Garchomp, faster than +1 Dragonite, and it's immune to extreme speed, so Dragonite can't even touch you. You have Shadow Ball, of course, as well for like Gengars and Alakazams. Thunderbolt's cool for Pokemon like Gyarados, and Dragonet's for Alligator. And then you have Switcheroo to Cripple, just like I talked about with Choice Specs. Other options on the Choice Scarf set will include Blizzard if you're running it on a Hail team, of course. Destiny Bond if you want to try and get rid of the opponent while sacrificing yourself. And this can go over Switcheroo if you really want to. Spikes can also be on Choice Scarf just because this Pokemon can force switches, so you can get up hazards to help support your team. As well as Weather Ball, depending on what you're running. Like on Choice Specs as well, Weather Ball could be something cool too if you're running it like on a Sun team, and it gives you a means of dealing with Steel types besides your Shadow Ball, which is pretty cool. And then Will-O-Wisp / Thunder Wave are other options as well on a Choice Scarf set that can allow you to cripple opposing setup if you don't think you can deal with them. And then we also have a Snow Cloak set. Now, Snow Cloak is actually banned in BDSP OU on Smogon, but that doesn't mean you can't use it on Wi-Fi versus your friends, whatever. So this one, you definitely want to pair with, you know, a Bomb of Snow, something that can get up hail, right? So a Bomb of Snow, I guess Snover too, but a Bomb of Snow. And Snow Cloak means that you can have a chance to dodge everything. You get the 1.5 times evasiveness. In fact, if you don't want to use leftovers, you can use Bright Powder on this too, right? So if you pair that with Snow Cloak and Bright Powder, it's very hard for your opponent to actually hit you. Of course, leftovers for longevity. So the set is Substitute Thunder Wave. Now, you're behind a sub and you Thunder Wave the opponent. They're paralyzed. You have Snow Cloak. You potentially have Bright Powder. They are more than likely not going to be able to hit you, which is really cool. Now, of course, because Hail has been, you know, it's been nerfed. There's not infinite Hail turns like they were back in the day. This isn't as strong, but still really cool. Thunder Wave is nice too because it has Hex now. So Hex is 130 base power after you Thunder Wave, making you an offensive threat. And then your last move doesn't necessarily have to be Spikes. If you're running this on Hail, it can be Blizzard. It could also be Ice Beam as well. You could also run Sub, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, Hex. I think that could work too. And Aurora Veil is also an option as well to not only make it that, and then the Aurora Veil can be run on any Frostlass too if you're using it like on an Ice team. I think that Bomb of Snow does it better, but it's faster so you can actually get it off. But just to buff your defenses as well and your teammates' defenses too. So those are just like options when it comes to Frostlass. But that's basically it when it comes to Frostlass. Fun mon. I like it. It's one of my favorite spike leads, right? If you like hyper offense, if you like Spike's offense, if you just like running offensive Pokemon, consider Frostlass as a lead because it is just incredible at just getting up hazards and really just annoying the opponent. Again, you don't have to run Taunt Spikes, Destiny Bond, Icy Wind. I like Icy Wind a lot more than Ice Beam just because slowing the opponent, especially if you're running like let's say you do Taunt Spikes, Shadow Ball, Icy Wind. I mean, with Taunt Spikes, Shadow Ball, Icy Wind, you'll be able to beat opposing Frostlass because you slow them first, and then there's no speed tie after, so you knock them out with Shadow Ball, and then you can get up Spikes as well. So, again, a really fun mon, really nice mon to use. They did nerf it a lot by getting rid of Triple Axle and Poltergeist in this, because otherwise I'd show you guys the Choice Band set, and oh my god, that set is so fun and so strong just because Triple Axle is so powerful. Even coming off a base 80 attack, and Poltergeist is obviously a very powerful attack too, but we can't do that. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well. I got a Showdown Live and a Wi-Fi battle coming up later today. I'll see you guys next time. Leave suggestions down below of other Pokemon. Peace.